So essentially, it's gonna feel very to the inside, and then it's gonna feel like you're hitting up on it as you do it. And like it worked really well. I have a bunch of good videos of me hitting good shots. The technique looks good, but then all of a sudden I'm just like, you might not even be safe there. Like I fucking hosel leads in a way that I don't understand. It's like, what the fuck? And then the fucked up thing is, on the flip side, I can just pretend to be Lee Trevino, and for whatever reason I can go way left, and I can just like drive it in, and they come out pretty clean. Don't know why, but it's like the trying to draw it part is what fucks me.
You don't have enough space.
I don't have enough space?
Yeah. Go further from the ball and drop the handle a bit. Not that far, but yeah.
If you ever tell me to do something, I might like extra overdo it at first just to...
That looks better. Wait, let me film one. But I don't think...
I've never done it like this.
I think you gotta take everything with a grain of salt with everything you just heard.
Okay, heard.
With the draw and all that. Ready? Let me film this one.
You ready?
Oh yeah, you're good to go.
All right. This is actually awesome. So bad. But like, I mean,
Oh. Wait. Let's go not think about path.
heard.
And put the ball a little less back. It's almost too far back. Hit me a pitch. It can be like 60 yards, doesn't matter. And I want that butt to just stick as far back as you can so the handle can stay as low as it can this way. Where to go? Shank a little?
Yeah.
One more time. Go back, go slow-mo. Sorry. Better. It's almost like your golf shot.
Yeah.
So it gets two in here, it faces two open, and then the hosel gets too close. You almost need to feel like you're doing this. Like, handles low, and it's like, trying wedges like this. Nice and easy. Widen your stance just a touch, and you can drop your right foot back a little. You need more space. You got long arms. Good. Better. Ah, okay. Good enough. That's better. Better. this way, like. Better. Yeah, you're almost getting off your toes. You're almost gonna go. And you can slide that right foot behind you, almost like a Norman-esque. Better. What's that feel like?
Well, a little easier. Like it didn't feel like I lost my angles. Like sometimes it's feeling like I'm just like throwing the club at it.
Well, this is the tough part, right? And this is where you may have to flirt with your grip. It's like, so if you want your path and face, we know like if you want to hit a higher spinning wedge and flight it down, it's like okay, you need shaft lean but face open, not closed, so you don't compress it, and you need the handle to work. The club head may be going in and out, but the handle actually will be going more left. So it's kind of like this, because I have so much more shaft lean. It's doing like one of these, right? Club head's going in and out, but the handle's look at the butt of the club, right?
So the head feels like it goes down the line. The handle feels like it goes left.
Yeah. So it's like face is open. I think that was actually a better shaft. Go right hand a little more under, left hand a little more on top. Or go a little more this way, a little way out. Two on, there you go. Yeah, keep the handle low and let the exit left. I think you were trying to swing two and down, you just got more into like that way. And that's where the hosel got exposed to you. I think of it too like if I had to like side pitch one to the target from a golf setup, I'd have to go like, and I couldn't actually go in and out too far. There you go.
All these good ones are me trying to do what I was at first trying to do, but just trying to hit cuts instead of draws.
Yeah, you don't.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Don't hit draws.
all right. So then, how would I flight it? Just put it back in my stance. Like,
Well,
I want to hit this lower and more driving.
Okay. With spin in mind, or it doesn't matter?
With spin.
Okay. Shit. What wedge is that?
It's a 56.
Okay. Then you'd have to now go. Every time you de-loft it, you have to be able to go more left easier. So you don't have room, right? It's like a radius control thing, right? If every time the handle gets lower and lower, and I swing in to out, it's gonna go that way too easy, right? It doesn't take much, so I have to go lower and lower and get more. Like rip the handle low and left over here. So you gotta feel like. That was better. I like that sound.
My good ones, it feels like I'm applying force, like along, like I pretty much just get the club lined up to here, and then I like apply the force that way.
It's got to feel like, oh, you can go ahead and grip it. Force has to keep dragging around forward and de-loft it that way.
Yeah, see, this is, I'm not ever here.
Yeah. It's tough too with like, that's why, this is where you have to envision, like there's two routes. You're either like Jordan Spieth, where he's much more like linear with his leg work, right? And like this, because you and him have a similar grip style, or you'd be like Brooks Koepka, right? But you're neither or, right? You're like, so they both Spieth creates space by like just sliding longer. Koepka just drives his elbow.
But both of them feel like the handle's leading the head.
Right, for a long time, but none of them are draw bias players. They're both fade players.
Yeah.
Because the way they have to do it, it's impossible. They would hit the heel way too easily.
Good point. Okay.
So you would always be on the fade side of things. Especially the lower you try to hit it.
I actually have never hosed so many. It's almost like trying to do it.
That was better. Flatter.
Explain that. Why is that the best one?
Oh, I can't.
I was just on my left leg.
Here, I'll show you. It's actually rather simple, but let me film it real quick. You ready?
Yeah.
You can go now.
Do one more.
Yeah, hold on. Wait till like that. Probably had you balancing too long. Feel good? Okay. It's alright. It should show
Same
the same.
idea.
So you just stood up a little.
Yeah.
You're getting, it's like the hockey skater. You're turning your chest more left and you have more force left because you can see the foot countering going. Whereas you, I think we're trying to make it both handle direction and force go in and out too long together. Hit one like this. This should be, and just go like that. See it, and try to hit it low.
This?
Right foot can be square, just left foot and left knees. Yeah. Hey, your lower body can do whatever. Not what I thought you'd do. That was nice.
That was like the best one.
Yeah. That was lowest mega spin.
Like actual spin.
Better.
They're definitely better.
What does that feel like?
Easier to do. Why?
You need exit room to go left. That's got some,
Yeah, those are
That's got
those
some
are
grip,
the only
yeah.
decent shots.
My point was like, if I'm here, if I give you this, it should be, you should have free space, right, to go here. Whereas I think you didn't have it as easy.
Okay, so now what I did on that one, this is a video I wanted to show you. Eddie Fernandez has this tool in his garage. I was like, hey, this is smart. But like, so I go like that, and now I'm just gonna try and move from here.
Yeah.
With this is right where it was. And for whatever reason.
Well, now you know how to clear your hip.
Mm-hmm. That's the feeling I need to have.
Because now you left your femur over here. Now I can go internal against all that femur point.
All right, so I'm not really shitty. Just
Well, no,
Kinda.
you also had a bad concept, right? It's
yeah.
like I would never. And here's what doesn't make sense to me. More than the club path, it doesn't matter if I want to go left or right. It just what matters for the low wedge with spin is how I present dynamic loft and the angle of attack. If I can maintain those two things, the relationship a specific way, I'll get a flighted wedge with some spin. Now you take the whole open face swing more into out. For a guy who already has too much of this motion, probably going to catch the hosel at some point.
Explain that one more time. Why?
Because you have too many factors already making your hands go in that way.
Which are, and what are they?
Oh, this.
That brings the hands out with an open face
Yeah.
versus this.
And then right.
Okay.
So this, you already swing. If we put you on gears, your handle path is already favoring too linear down the line. The last thing I need to do is tell you go more into out, because I actually need your handle to come around better.
That was me trying to draw one.
Yeah.
We'll just go back to.
No, it's fine. Like I said, if you're going to draw one, as long as your handle doesn't go that way, you're okay.
That's the flight that I was able to get. Is like a kind of a nice little flat. A flat pull is the feeling, and I could, like, when I'm doing it, wow, it's a great shot to have.
Yeah,
But
I
like
think
I said,
that's
not
fine.
when all of a sudden I'd start chunking it and then doing that. That's
There you go. Pretty straight there.
How do you like to get your players to work on their distance control? Just like, that seems like,
I'm old school. I'm just going to take a bunch of balls and I got buckets and I just put them out and, like, learn them. I mean, unless you have some type of device to measure it, you know, you're kind of just stuck with. That's good. Yeah, I would definitely be more. I don't know. It'd be nice to have an open field and just a bunch of targets. It's got some zip.
they're decent. Where do you like your ball position?
More middle to middle back. I don't put it too far back. It will vary too, I guess, on your styles.
Everyone usually feels like, and this is exactly why I need you, because I wouldn't really be as able to find the pain. But like, what I guess what I'm saying is I go here, 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 and
Already
I'm
feel
starting
it.
to feel it a little bit, and then in the swing it kind of hurts in a way where it's like, that's obviously
Body doesn't want to
something
go
to
there.
listen to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I wouldn't, that's my point, I wouldn't really be able to go there on my own. I kind of need you to like tell me what you see.
Is that your lateral hamstring or?
It's pretty high, like back
Oh,
up
it's
in
the
here.
attachment.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called. The
I was doing this, and one of them just popped.
it's like right underneath your glute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Well,
the
like, let's see if I can do it. I can get him to. It's so weird. Oh, you couldn't hear it. I can drive my heels into the ground, and then it goes. And it feels. I don't know why it does that.
Tuberosity. Ischia or something? I forgot.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds right.
Could be. I don't think it's tightness, but it could be, I guess, or adhesions from your injury.
It's more just confusion. Like, it's not hurt anymore. It just is like trying to tell me it doesn't know what to do. So how much wrist hinge versus like no wrist hinge? Like, where do you like it?
That becomes very grip related, right? Like, I have a strong grip, so I'll have more hinge, more radial deviation. Weak grip, you'd have to go less hinge, but maintain the dorsiflex as well as you can.
Which dorsiflex? This.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. So if you go back, here's your dorsiflex. You couldn't go too much bigger than that. The minute you go like this, it starts wanting to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then work around that straight.
I'm gonna switch it to that little dirt patch.
Okay.
Just because it seems like.
Pretty close.
That's good.
Yep. And then maintain that throughout the downswing. Better.
That was kind of easy. Not that the result was good, but like that
Yeah.
was. I didn't feel like I had to do anything there.
Yeah, I think the problem is that when that right arm changes and then the wrist alignments change, now you're like, I gotta recover that.
No, okay, so that was one where if I try to flight it, sometimes I'll like drag the handle. It just doesn't feel like the right way to flight it.
Yeah, so this is where now when I send you that text, how do I hit it as low as possible without a divot?
Oh yeah.
Now this is where like, okay, now this is where maybe things cross over to what like, what's his name was saying. I'm blanking out. Andrew Rice.
Yeah.
Where it is a low to high feeling, right? Because if it's like going, I gotta place the club on the ground early. So this is where it's a weird. I wouldn't tell someone to hit it thin. It's more, how do I lower the club head, not hit the ground, and then how do I scrape it forward?
That is the exactly.
Right.
Where that's what's kind of gotten misleading. So for a while I was hitting great shots because I would stand back here and I'd be like, okay, like it's gonna feel like this.
Yeah.
And then I would just step in and do that again. And like it kind of works.
It's correct, right? The key is like, okay. And this is where you have to think about backswing stuff too a little bit, right? If I was gonna hit this low, I'd be like, well, I actually have to be behind the ball at a certain point and then go. See, there's like a linear, but now I can't
the handle's raising.
I can't go that way. I gotta go.
Right. And I think that's it. It's like I just don't think that I'm a good enough player to pick up on the right sometimes.
That's all right. I mean, that's a lot of technical stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Or something.
Yeah, like set it up, put the club over here somewhere on the ground.
Right.
Now work your body, not the hand, to good. Come around the corner more.
Okay, and that's okay. So there's a feeling. It's like if I do it, come around the corner properly, there's too much tension
Up
in
there.
this corner.
So go a little lower and let your nose pivot a little bit, but don't take your gaze off. Better. Less tension?
About the same. I think in the end, so it's like, so I just gotta go grab a towel, do this kind of shit, and
Just keep mobilizing it.
yeah. But yeah, it's like I can't find that tension stuff on my own because I don't know what proper technique is.
I got you.
But I almost made 4 birdies in a row the other day, so it's like I can figure something out.
Yeah.
But it's not a lot further. What do you think of what, I don't want to get too confused, but what Terry Rolls says about like, the more on top you are, the feeling should almost be turning the steering wheel the other way in the backswing. So you're like that, and then you're going to be able to drive down into it. Have you ever?
I mean, I get it. I just think that's like a.
It's weird.
Like, okay, this is where. Let's put it this way. Because now this may challenge what you think, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's like saying, let me take my shoulder and wrist joints, and because they don't work as shoulder and wrist joints, change my swing so it functions as a non-working shoulder and wrist joint.
Yeah.
Like, none of that makes sense anatomically. I get why you would do it, right? Like, I get if you want to be on top right-hand person, the only choice is to go inverted and this way. I can make good contact, but if you ask me to hit low-flighted spinners, I guarantee you it's physically impossible, because now those constraints don't allow impact dynamics that need to happen for that to work, because I'd compromise face angle, this and that. So it's like, we all know the shoulders don't want to do this in the backswing.
Yeah.
And we all know when they want to load eccentrically, they're going to want to go this way. Whether I want it to or not, I'm fighting physics because the club wants to lay back. So, you know what I mean? It's like, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So it becomes.
Part of the reason Tiger was Tiger is because he was so neutral. So he didn't have to do any weird like steering wheel shit.
He'd only do it if he needed
Neutral.
some extreme shot.
Yeah.
Because then he would bias everything to be one way.
Yeah.
So yeah, like when he needed to sling one over, yeah, he would change factors up. And he would talk about in short game, like if I want to do like mega things, like out of the norm of a normal short game. It's easier now if I just start manipulating my address or grip, so it forces me to do it even more extreme.
Why does he chicken wing when he tries to hyper low cuts? It's like that. What does that do?
Oh, you have to drag out the handle force so it doesn't close in. That's like his way of guaranteeing it doesn't hook.
I got you.
So that's why Speed and Kupka have broken left arms. I mean, it's not guaranteed that's why, but I'm pretty.
Yeah.
I'd bet a lot of money that it has a lot to do with it. Not a good.
Yeah.
I like to fly.
Yeah, that was actually like one of the easier. I really struggle with slowing it down. I almost can't hit the ball if I move too slow. I can, but it's something that I've always noticed at tour events. You see a lot of pros warming up like that. They'll
Off-speed
move
shots.
super slow,
Yeah.
and it's so like. Oh, that's pretty good. I can almost never do that.
That's an important shot. Off speed, center strike spinners. Yeah, it got some softness to it.
Yeah, I think that's so interesting. Whatever, that's so interesting. Okay, so on the flip side, is there any other feelings that you think I'd benefit from? Or is it a lack of feeling? Because like these feel very simple. It feels like nothing really moves. It feels like that pretty much.
I would say you would want to, I mean, specifically on wedges, build it around this function, right? Imagine no body, right? Imagine just put you on gears and we took the body out. The shaft, right? At impact, you need various degrees of the ability to, like, how do I keep the club head low early and travel with the dynamic loft low? Right? That's like the magical unicorn, right? If I can do this shot, I can do almost anything with a wedge, right? It's like in this giant circular motion, I need to be able to not rely on this to hit it low, but actually this function, right? So and this is how I would always do. I need the shaft to go low to high with the handle, but not to the point where I pull the club head off the ground, which would also mean I would have to be lower at a certain point before impact, work my way forward and up to get the handle, and to still be able to hit the ground, right? And
That is
then
confusing.
and then I construct the body around that. So it's like, so it's going. That's why when you ask me about Terry going this, like, it doesn't make sense. I can hit it low, but it won't have much spin. It'll be like a diggy low shot.
Yeah.
But if I want
Yeah,
the
they
low
feel
spinner, yeah, I need to go this way with the handle, right? Some version of this. So that means it rolls out this one. It rolls out too much this. If I have dorsiflex, then I have to make sure I maintain the right arm pitch to be this way, never this way. So now
Why?
I can go.
Why?
Because I can watch the delivery from where you are. You're not quite getting the. So I can't compromise the dorsiflex. So now I gotta reconstruct how the body moves to maintain the dorsiflex, right? So your constraint is, don't take a divot, hit it low, and don't lose right dorsiflex. Now what do you have to do with your body to work with that, within that?
And that's with irons, not just wedges.
Yeah, that would be a general, you could do that, it's a general statement also. More so important with the wedges.
Right.
And then this is where you'll see, right? Watch it this way. If I want to maintain dorsiflex, and I gotta go this way, I could never do this, right?
Because it dumps everything.
And you would have to give up dorsiflex at some point too
Yeah.
early.
The only way to do it is to.
Yeah, there you go, right. Correct. And then and then if you film that, you'll see, oh, my butt wants to stay out longer to do that. That was actually pretty good. I got a few more balls. Cool.
It's like for me to swing right, it actually hurts.
Probably. Considering everything I've heard,
Yeah.
something won't feel good.
Yeah.
That's like what we said, right? It's like swing is just a giant reflection of what your body
Thinks of itself.
Yeah, what it can and cannot do or want to do at high velocity.
Yeah.
Everything at high velocity will reveal. That's like always a true test. If I've been working on swing, like, okay, now let me see you rip one and try it. If I don't see you can rip it, it's either like the pattern's not ingrained, or so there's something wrong with the body where at high speeds it doesn't feel right or doesn't feel good in a sense.
And I feel like I've only ever identified, for like 10 years now, I've only identified with ripping it. And
Yeah.
like not really having control of the rip and just learning how, like my...
Building
just
it based off
rip.
the way you would rip it anyway.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. But then, so then like, there's no pain, but it's because my body found a solution
To
that
avoid
avoids
it.
the pain.
Yeah.
That still gets it done, but it's like, that's why I'm not on tour. It's like, it's not a good enough solution. It's pretty simple. So if I go there. Yeah, it's like just standing here alone. My hamstrings a little
It's
bit up.
engaged, probably,
It's like,
yeah.
it's like, yo. It's not screaming, but it's like, it's saying it's here. So I should try and sit back from the top.
When you make transition, it's gonna feel like you do this, almost falling off your toes, hinging at the hip, pushing your butt back to your heels. Then would be a good sign almost. So you want to feel like straight back on that left heel, and that left hamstring will definitely light up if you do it, because it should be eccentrically loading even harder. I guess a modified way is like this, right? It's like you can go left toe up, heel down, hip hinged back to the left hip, and open up into it, and then chip one like that.
Walk me through that one more time.
So you're gonna go hinge back into your left hip until your toe lifts.
Okay.
Now you feel the little hamstring lengthen. And
Yep.
kind of, now open up your pelvis while maintaining that. There you go.
Okay.
Now go.
Try and chip one.
Yeah, revert back or reverse and then pitch through. Right. That should feel like, oh, you have all this
I
space
do.
here now.
I do. That's interesting.
There you go. Hold on. Do that and just, yeah, go ahead.
Feels like a 9-iron. It's like a normal. Sick.
Better.
Better.
More space. Straighter back. Yeah.
But it's like lifting the right leg though. It's just like, nah, I don't want to straight.
It's not the right. It's the left
left
continuing to. You've kind of statically locked it there, which is fine.
Yeah.
Now it's like, how do I move it in space that way?
That's very interesting. That's super cool. That's so funny how far I can hit that.
Yeah, better, higher compression or smash factor, because you can probably do a better job maintaining dynamic waft. So you don't need as much speed, right?
Like straight up, no, I feel like I can just kind of.
And now reverse back with some pivot and see if you can return back to there.
This is what my brain does. Every time I find success, I'm like, okay, let's get further. Instead of
Master the motor pattern. So go from here, right, there to there, and go.
okay.
Yeah, let the right hip turn, let the left toe plant, and then get back there. There you go.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Shit.
A lot of easy speed.
That was
Yeah.
easy. That was easy as shit. That like it doesn't even make sense how easy that is for like what it is. Looking good. Those
Yeah.
are rips.
Those are coming out so fast with so ease, so much ease.
I guarantee you that's a 169er.
Good. Yeah. Reverse the brown now. So that's your 90-90, right? This is your 90-90. Now reverse it and get back there.
That's very, very interesting. Okay. So help me build it from the
Yeah.
behind the shot, got my spot, step in. Okay. So now stick. Yeah.
Right. Now this hamstring is lengthened,
Yeah.
loaded.
Yep.
Add a little internal rotation into it. There you go.
Wait, that's the part that I'm not really. It doesn't want to. There we go.
There you go.
Oh, see, in there it's like.
Now
it's
it's
a
even
new
more
spot.
strain, right? Now try to reverse that into the backswing and return back to it. Actually, that looked good.
Really?
Yeah. I think timing is weird, and also it's just a brand new feeling.
Yeah. That's what I'm not. So I can go here, and then for me to get into any semblance of internal, it really doesn't like to go there.
Relax your right. Don't force the right. Don't force the. Remember, it's like your pelvis can do this too, right? It's just two bones that have a flexible arrangement.
Oh, I gotta squeeze it from the ground.
Not focus on this portion of your pelvis. You're just hiking your right up and forward to feel like you're internal. Right
Yeah,
there.
I'm kind of. Now I gotta relax this. Oh
Right,
my God.
there you
Oh
go.
shit. Okay. Now it feels like my left is lower than my right.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that's a different look now.
Mm-hmm.
Hold it right there. So this would be your version of, I guess, I don't know, the golf swing car.
Yeah.
But here's a look that's uncommon for you. But this is what this would
That's
be
so
the epitome
crazy.
of what you need. Now the
Yeah.
right doesn't look
No, it's
that
the first
way.
time I can see my left butt cheek. I never see my left butt cheek. It's still dips.
That's fine. But like you can tell how much more,
I have an idea.
less curvature you got.
I have an idea. Let me see that wedge.
This one?
Yeah, because now we go like this. External constraint.
Right. Focus on the left hip socket, not the right. Better. I think you've had some issues with your left hip, and you've just learned to compensate by driving your right pelvis independent of your left.
Yeah.
And why it's
Yeah,
like
for sure.
and so I think once you rearrange that neurologically, you should see hopefully now more results out of that, like seeing more of your left butt cheek leading the way versus. It's weird because you gotta think of the pelvis as two wings.
It is weird. I tend to think of it, if anything, just like almost like with the eye line, like how you kind
Right.
of tilt it. So it's like with the pelvis line. I've always thought this is where like George Ganges kind of did help me. Is like keeping the lower,
Yeah.
or keeping the lead side lower.
And
But when
open.
I try to do this, I go like this.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like when
that's
I try
you
and-
now. This is too fixated, so you just throw the right one over
Yeah,
on top.
exactly.
Yeah. And that's a key thing. It's like I gotta keep it lower, but I actually have to move this whole joint around in space somewhere, and if I don't, I end up semi-looking kind of correct, but I'm actually just... So if we, like, that left butt cheek never moved back.
Okay.
The key is actually to the opposite. Get too close, and then make space going.
Oh yeah. It's so, dude. I literally every time I'm doing I'm putting my left hip into internal rotation with my right hip.
Just fire that
I'm trying
one.
to push it in
Yeah.
instead of like having the adductor
Pull you
strength
in.
pull
Yeah.
me in. Very, very interesting.
And that's why the double internal is key, right? Because now you're actually pulling the left one into internal.
Yeah.
I used to do it. I need to do enough. I lost the ball, but I used to just have people gently squeeze the ball
Yeah.
and then just hit some pitches, right? Because you can feel the bracing and also the pelvis stays out. I can use a basket here. You're tall enough where just give this a light squeeze, maintain it, stick your anterior, and then you'll feel your core just turn on more so than before probably. Can't make a normal follow through, but then go anterior. Yeah, now just give me like a little body pitch or whatever you want to do. Keep that thing just gently squeezed. Yeah, if we could design something that just collapses so you can actually have a normal follow through, that would be ideal. But it gives you the engagement.
You gotta attach a string to this, and then you gotta stand back there and you pull it off.
That'd be hard to time.
I know. I'm just
Yeah, but it's something like that.
something. So when I'm doing this, I should still be doing this.
Yeah. Well, just at setup, squeeze it and just stick your butt out a little bit. Yeah, just minor. All right, and now just pivot around. It's just a little mini half shot.
That's my typical one speed though. That was a half a shot.
Yeah.
It's like
Pitch it through. Almost like a low bullet. Right idea. And then see how you lost your balance a little bit up in the balls of your feet?
yeah.
Should be. Try to lose a little balance towards that left heel. Better.
Yeah.
On your toes would mean that's still the right side trying to force it. In your case, my guess would be that's what it would be doing.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Alright, go back a little. Now push. Yeah, and rotation. There you go. Good. Go back. Go back to the backswing now. You can reverse your hip back. Now push it. Push my fist back out of the way. There you go. Hopefully that's you focusing on your left more than the right.
It's, I think partially just from being a pitcher. I mean, like as a pitcher, you're like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So, and it's just my brain.
It knows one go.
Yeah. Like I don't know, not that it matters, but I don't feel like I can remotely push off. Like I literally feel like I can throw a baseball. Like
You have great internal load here. And then when you go left, you're like,
it doesn't do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's also like probably the muscles are slightly trained from it. There you go. Better idea.
interesting. Yeah.
Right, because you need to as you're pushing off the mound, you got to torque the mound too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like
So it is kind of like throwing with my
lefty.
left hand.
Yeah, for sure. It's weird because one's concentric, one's eccentric.
Yeah.
That's why it's not. It's similar but different. So it's almost like this, right? you need to almost go like left foot here, right? And then almost have a, it's like if I had a T-ball set, ball's here, bat's here. Now only using your adductor, hit the ball. And not try to.
Oh, that's smart. Okay. How do we do that?
I don't know. I feel like I just pulled a groin trying to do it, so careful.
Yeah, when you go to end range, when you're not experienced and you apply force, injury.
So it would be, you'd go like this. Foot facing the ball, the body actually turned right. Now try to only think of your adductor. That's chest. Pick up your right foot and mark. Yeah.
It literally won't. Like it, yeah.
It's hard to,
I
right?
can feel it not, basically. That's so funny.
Yeah, so you need to isolate and train the left adductor to suck you in.
Which, okay, so this is where I get confused. Does that mean that I need something pulling me off that I'm fighting?
Yeah, you have to. How would I do it? It's like this. Maybe like this. Hold on.
It's the perfect little draw. Put it on your foot.
Stands up. Pull me external. Yeah. And it's almost like can't hold it very long because it pulls me.
So smart. This is okay.
And you gotta make sure you don't jump off your right. It's just like everything's on the left.
Got you.
And if you film it, you shouldn't see yourself really doing that until you have too much momentum. So it's almost like you can put a coin under your big toe and go.
Yeah. See, that's where I don't know. Like, I don't want to argue with the FRC guys, but it's like they say that there's no pattern, but it's like at a certain point you kind of have to go.
We
into
play
your
pattern sports,
see,
so yeah, that's.
You kind of have to see like.
I think they take a model of like a holistic model, just be the most functional human being,
And that's it.
and that's okay. I think that's totally fine. But then, when it comes to specific sports and details of the sport, it's okay to have a bias, especially in golf, right? What makes someone consistent in golf is actually having a slight bias and then just utilizing it. Yeah, that was good.
Holy shit. That was like the furthest one I've hit so far.
Pilates, maybe?
Maybe.
Using that reformer and then just solely working on that left adductor to pull you in. Almost like I wish I had like a punching bag and I had just had a long dowel rod and I just went like, just squeeze my left adductor and hit the bag.
So you'd hold the dowel like this?
Yeah, something like that and just go. And I would just my brain would be just so attached to my left adductor and go, fire that adductor. I guess maybe the stick would have to be low on your rib cage maybe, because your chest doesn't go as far.
But I guess, and that's it. It's like.
I can see, yeah, you're struggling.
See how it doesn't go.
It's because you're relying now on going, like you need to, right, you need to fire all these ankle muscles inside, keep this down, anchored, and then it's like fire these guys down and adductor same time. There's your scissoring effect. See how when you set up, you're already like.
Yeah, no, for sure. I tend to set up in external rotation.
And kind of like on the outside of your foot too. dig the inside, like, I forgot what these inner ankle muscles will flex down, then balance.
So make a bigger arch.
I guess, I don't know. I feel all these little fine muscles right here anchoring down, and then I can fire the adductor easier.
I can feel why I'm not good yet, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
or at least from a technical
it's not actively
it's
working
just,
the way you want it.
Yeah.
I guess at some point you can just do hockey shots, right?
Well, it's funny because that was the first thing that Andrew Park showed me that really helped. He screened me. He's like, okay, you're going to be on top. Your drill is going to be holding. Here's my drill. And this was the first. I started in my 7th session. He showed me this where it's like. See, I forgot my. Nah, it's got to be.
It's gotta be ahead of you.
Yeah. But he was like, it's going to be very vertical, and then it's going to be like out in front of you, like that.
See, I think that's too much emphasis on your hands.
Yeah.
I would be like more like I would literally want to look like that hockey dude. I'd be like, yeah, don't even worry about where the hands are. I mean, you gotta feel that thing go. There's
Watch
your
out.
end.
I might house it.
Yeah.
I'm literally going to.
It's almost like, yeah, you can hold a golf club or a real hockey stick. Balls out by your left foot. You can maybe inside your left foot. You can go. See your right foot, and you can. I mean, I don't know. For me, I can just feel my left adductor light up when I'm trying to like.
Yeah. No, and that's what I'm saying is I don't feel mine going.
I can see it's not turning on yet, but and I'm not really quite sure how yet, but I don't see the look that I'm looking for either. Yeah.
And this is exactly it. It's like when every coach I've ever gone to, that's it. It's like I've been like, it's not that I can't do it, it's that I literally don't have the neurology or tissue to do the thing you're asking.
Yeah.
It's not like a not having the pattern. It's like the fucking wiring isn't there.
Maybe this is your pattern, or you'd almost have to go like if you held the band, or let's just say it's like this.
Mm-hmm.
You almost have to go anchor it, pull it across you, and feel all this squeeze. Don't like you almost have to lock your pelvis, right? So you're going like, and you need to make sure that the band's slightly on your toes, so it pulls you external.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah.
And then after you find that muscle, now stand straight on your left, open your pelvis, and then almost try to attach a band to your pelvis and see if you can pull.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll move the kettlebell for sure.
Yeah. Turn it in more. Yeah. Put it a little more on your toe. Rotate it in though. That's just there. You go.
Yeah.
You
And
need
then
to have fire
immediately this shit all cramps to
Yeah.
the point where it's like it's not gonna do it at 110 miles an hour.
Yeah. There you go. Keep that pelvis stable. Yeah, perfect.
That's really good. I'm gonna stay at that. Cool. that's something that we kind of. It doesn't seem like my ball's spinning enough. I was only getting like 7,000 with my 9.
Yeah, it's not.
It's a little too low.
It's good and bad because you have enough height, so it's not going to affect your ability to hold greens. But
Yeah,
maybe distance controls.
for sure.
What up? How we doing?
What up, bro?
Not much. You guys doing all right?
Yeah.
Yep. You got
No one
the
went to
mic?
the white. What up?
Not much. Dude, the kids' living room's looking better.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Table, the little,
Feng shui of it.
yeah. It had a nice feng shui for sure.
Well, the battery only goes like 5,
Oh, okay.
but still.
I gotta order some food real quick.
We're kind of, this is exactly what I was saying, like, we found out today, it's like my left adductor doesn't really want to fire how it kind of should. So that's what we're doing is like,
And how should it
essentially
what does yours do versus what you want it to
nothing. It just like doesn't go, it doesn't like, it just doesn't turn on. You know
do?
what?
Like, so you don't feel pressure here?
It doesn't, and when I do it, it cramps a lot to the point where like, this is what I'm saying, like I know what to do. I gotta go home and like hang out in this position.
Yeah.
I need a dentist to like kind of bring it out of me.
Yeah.
Because if I'm just practicing on my own, I'm like, my body avoids that, the cramps
Yeah.
and pains, and it finds a new solution that
Yeah,
works.
yeah.
So like I didn't even know that my left adductor
Yeah.
isn't going, but he's like, yeah, no, I can see it. So what he's showing me is like, okay,
You really need to feel that
Yes,
pressure
yeah,
before you.
you know how Rory, he's like there and then he plants more closed?
Yeah.
So when I do that, my entire hamstring lights up.
Yeah.
So it's cool, like that's it. It's like, so that's what they're saying. It's like, there's no working on the swing itself that will be as high of an investment as if I work on the cells in this
and
knee.
then know what you're trying to do, and
Exactly.
then have the body to be able to do it.
Exactly. So that's like the coolest thing that we did today is he's like, all right, so go here. Now I go all the way here until my foot comes off the ground.
Okay.
And now I go a little bit internal. And now, like I
Yeah,
said, my
now
whole
you're-
fucking hamstring's like lit up.
Yeah.
But now I can like pivot around this and actually hit balls.
Yeah. So you chipping. Oh, so you're going full swing there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I video one just for my own?
100%.
How's it feel?
It feels very interesting. It feels like the way that I've never hit the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a way that my brain's like, I didn't know I could do it that way.
Yeah. See, that's what we like. Not so sure about all like, like some of Chi-Chi's stuff where it's like just
No,
gets
that's what we've been
people
talking all day. It's wrong.
to just do this, where it's like
Nope. You got to be double internal.
there has to be some internal, and Lucas Wald talks about it.
Yeah.
So I did a bunch with like a big ass like PVC like pole,
Yeah.
and so you can really like pretend this is like way out
We
here,
were
right?
just
And
doing
heavy.
this drill, dude.
And I would go big turn, plant, make sure it's like I would like have this back heel there.
Yes. Yup.
And make sure I like feel that, and then from there I would just go try and do that. So I did that for like a year, like when I was trying to get some speed, and it did help. Like my legs, but it was like a lot of slow, like exaggerated reps with it too.
Like the fact that I can even hit the ball like this doesn't even make sense. But it does. You fucking hear that?
Yeah.
I mean, look at it's at the red pin. it means that when I put my body into the position, the governor's removed. But if I have to put myself into the position dynamically, the governor's like,
Yeah.
So I gotta override it. And like I said, so the better use of time versus, I can do this all day, but it's not gonna translate the same as if for the next month.
Yeah, you're
I'm
there.
gonna go deep into these tissues and come back.
Yeah.
And you'll kind of see the pattern clean itself up.
Right.
And when Dennis is watching me do it, I feel like I do it a little bit more correct. Not that there's a correct, but like,
Yeah.
I'm sure that when, like right now, this is like my version of it.
Yeah, you could even plant more into like. Get that one. That one looks good.
Yeah, fucking smoked. At the red flag. Right on.
Nice.
It's like, which again, so that just tells me that whatever I'm doing in my golf swing isn't, like, it doesn't feel like that.
Yeah.